Kieran, appreciate you talking to us, and good news in that Shani Aluko's back out on the grass. And how far away is he from a return?
Yeah, it's a big boost to have him back out there. He's trained well all week, trained a little bit the back end of last week, so we've still got one more session, but there's a chance that he'll make his way back into the matchday squad. He's in good condition, looks fit, so we'll make the call on if he does make the squad, whether he's ready to start or be an impact from the bench, but it's great to have him back.
That's great to hear. And is he also a player that, because of his presence and experience, that he adds to the group, not just in being a player physically?
Yeah, it's always good to have him around. Of course, he's been around when he's been injured, but it's not quite the same as being in the dressing room and feeling that you've got that senior presence. And we've missed him on the pitch. We've missed him starting games, and of course, probably games like last week where you need that little bit of control maybe at the end of the game, and we're lacking those options in those positions at the moment. So he's a profile that we're really welcome to have back as a player and as a person.
Straight into Peterborough, and what are you expecting?
Oh, it's going to be a good game. I think going to be a tough game. Really strong side. On paper, almost goes without saying, one of the strongest teams in the division. Have kept basically their whole squad together from last year that finished the last bit of the championship off in decent felt. Of course, they've lost more games than they would have wanted, but they've won a lot of games. Big threat. Lots of good players, and it's going to be a great challenge, but one that we're really looking forward to.
Yeah, they don't draw many games at all. Is that just because of their nature of going for the game, that type of thing?
It's hard to say. I'm sure they'd rather draw than lose.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say. They're certainly a team with a big attacking threat. They've got a lot of attackers to start the game and a lot of attackers to come off the bench. So when you have that, of course, you got a better chance of getting late winners. So I'm sure that's something they've looked into. For us, it's not of too much relevance, other than knowing that it's a good team, good manager, and a good challenge. But again, one that we really can't wait for.
It's obviously important to remember that the home record still is very impressive this season, but it'd be nice to get back to winning ways. And what are the areas just needed to fine tune and get those 3 points back at Pullman Road?
Yes, fine margins. Of course, every opponent is different. I think Peterborough will attack the game in a different way than some of our recent competition. We've had obviously a 97-minute double deflection against us. That means we're talking about a draw rather than a win, and the question wouldn't be there if it didn't happen. And, it's fine margins. We have a absolutely stonewall penalty in the 97th minute that looked stonewall at the time, but watching it back, it's incredible. It's not given. In the build-up to their goal is an offside. We defend the wide free kick really well, squeeze the line, it's offside in the 96th minute, and it should be game done. And I think those margins make the difference, there's no doubt. There's things that we have to do better. We've looked at how we can improve in those situations, but at the same time, if you go back to the last 2 home games against Cheltenham and Fleetwood, we've had, for me, and I think for anyone who would watch the video or even seeing live, stonewall penalties in the last few minutes to have a kick to win the game. And, put on top of so many other decisions this year, put it on top of the Barnsley decision that turns a win into a defeat. Equate the fact that we've had 2 penalties against us at Portman Road and 1 for us, which, with the nature of how much of the game that we have, is an incredible statistic, really, with how much possession, how much territory we have, how many entries in the other team's box, how many penalty appeals. To be down on penalties is very unusual. So there's things we can improve. We're constantly looking at them, but also sometimes it's just fine margins. Deflections, luck, decisions, and sometimes these things go for you, sometimes against you, and it's important to stay even and keep focusing on the performance.
Finally, a question away from the pitch, and the club had its staff Christmas do on Wednesday evening. How nice was that? Because looking back at that Sunday stroll, you spoke about how many people contribute to this football club. Yeah,
really nice. Well done by Mark and everyone who organised it. Nice to get everyone together. Of course, the staff is growing, and there's a lot of work going on in the different departments. So nice for everyone to come together and enjoy each other's company. The week has been a work week for us, and of course all eyes on Peterborough, but especially for some of the staff from the stadium and the different departments. It's great to have that time together.